Hey everybody, tonight we are going to do a simple feeding video, and this is going to accomplish two things. Well, three really. It's going to feed my fish, and I guess four technically if you want to count providing us with some entertainment. But the two main things it's going to accomplish is it's going to test out my wireless mic as I walk around the room feeding all of my tanks, and it is also going to be my premiere video of my new camera. I've been tinkering around with this a little bit today, looking at the facial tracking and just sort of walking around with different lighting conditions, and it is really good compared to what I've been using. I've been using my phone for most of my videos over the years. I do use a GoPro for occasional uses, and I do occasionally use my camcorder. I do have an old Canon Vixia camcorder that I use for certain things, but that's got its limitations for various reasons, and therefore I don't use it terribly often. But I think it's time to graduate away from my phone, and this camera seems like it's a really good one to do that, and so far I'm really happy with it. The only thing I'm going to have to probably learn how to do is figure out how to use it to do my live streams. When I bought it, I kept reading that it was a great camera for vlogging, and I don't know why, but in my brain I was kind of conflating the word vlogging with live streaming. And so I thought it was a camera that was sort of set up to live stream, and it wasn't until yesterday that I got to thinking about it. I realized this camera doesn't even have Wi-Fi, and so I really don't think I can live stream directly from the camera. I think what I have to do is install an app on my phone, and the camera does have Bluetooth, and so I think I can get it to, I can go through my phone via the Bluetooth, and then I can go live that way, and it'll probably, once I figure out how to do it, it'll probably work out to my advantage, because I'll be able to look at the comments and everything on my phone right in my hand, and I won't have to squint. When I'm using the my camera phone and I'm using the selfie screen to do my live streams, I basically have to squint all the way in right to the camera just to see the comments. So if I can be sitting across the room away from the camera and still read the comments, that would be mighty helpful. So again, I'm sure I'm able to do all this stuff. I just need to learn how to do it. Right now I'm just trying to learn how to use the different settings on the camera and all that kind of stuff. I've got it set for intelligent auto at the moment. And I'm probably going to wind up leaving it there. I think it will do fine for the conditions that I shoot in, and since it's going to be pretty much dedicated for shooting video down here in the fish room of these, it's going to have the same type of lighting all the time, it's going to have the same type of backgrounds all the time, and I'm just not going to have to make a lot of adjustments. I'm basically going to have to get it set up to the way it works well down here, and then probably just kind of leave it set like that. Alright, that was round one. Everybody got their flake food. Now I got a couple specialty items. I gotta feed my tenopoma floating cichlid pellets. I've got to feed my puffer some freeze-dried krill. And then I have to go around the room to all the various tanks and put some algae wafers in there, and we're going to start with the Gourami tank that we're looking at. And I'll put my face in here to say hello. I don't know how well that's going to pick up on my face. It's kind of dark and my face was sideways, so it'll be interesting to see if the camera picked up on that. It's really good at picking up faces even at a distance. I've been trying sitting across the room, and my face is the little thing in the corner, and yet that little green box goes right onto my left eye and locks onto it, and no matter how much I move around, it does not let go of my eye or lose track of my face. So I'm really hoping that'll come in handy for when I'm sitting in front of the camera. One of the biggest complaints that I have, and I've had a few people mention this, is with my phone camera, it's set to auto and it's trying to autofocus, and I talk with my hands. I flail my arms around all the time. I lean forward and back. I'm very animated when I speak most of the time, and the camera doesn't know what to do with that. I move forward and it's trying to readjust its focus, and it's trying to focus on my hand, and then it's trying to focus on my face again. we won't have any of that with this camera, my new camera, and we won't have any of the white balance changing and the screen going dark and light. I've been moving all around and trying to experiment with that, and as far as I can tell, it just does not really have that effect with this camera like it did. You know, again, if you're familiar with watching my videos, you'll know what I'm talking about with my other stuff, how I did, you know, again, the white balance would just come in and out, and I just don't seem to get any of that with this new camera. So really excited about it. And of course the footage is just fantastic from what I saw so far. Ooh, and speaking of footage, I am actually looking at one of my crayfish right now. We're going to have to pick up the camera and move you around here. Hang on a minute. It's been a long time since I've seen the crayfish actually out and about. And you can also see how smooth this movement is as I walk. Just about make his claws out there. He ducked back in. So the other day I did see some evidence of crayfish in there. There was a sloughed shell, and I actually never got a chance to check whether it was either a sloughed shell or if it was actually a dead crayfish. I think it was a sloughed shell, you know, an exoskeleton. They shed their shell you know, as they grow, and I think that's what we were looking at, but I'm not 100% sure, and now it's gone. So usually I leave the sheds in there and the crayfish will eat it again and get the nutrients and the calcium and everything back from their shed. If it's a dead crayfish, the other crayfish in the tank would eat the dead crayfish. So that's gone, and I do have that one crayfish that we did just see, so I don't know if that's shed or if that's the only one left in there. But this tank really does not look like it's got a lot of activity in it anymore, so we're going to have to be doing something to get this tank spruced up here in the very near future. So alright everybody, I'm going to leave you there and call that good and say thank you for watching. I think that was a pretty good test run of both my wireless mic and of the camera footage, so I hope you all enjoyed that. Make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss anything I got coming up. I will be doing live streams more frequently. You can look forward to those regularly at 8 o'clock on Friday evenings. That's Eastern Standard Time, and I will probably also be doing one at 8 o'clock on Sunday evening Eastern Standard Time, but we'll have to wait and see about that. So again, make sure you're subscribed. You won't miss any of that. So thanks for watching, and I will see you real soon on the next one.